Welcome to this week's OK at Work with myself, Sarah Sawyer, and my colleague Russell Berger, both attorneys at Offit Kurman. And today we are talking about legal challenges. So whether it be compliance challenges, litigation, a lot of times companies will figure out like, oh gosh, I'm doing something wrong. I think I should probably talk to a lawyer about this. That's kind of scary. What else will they find? But what are some things that companies should be thinking about when, maybe something comes to their attention, Russell, and they think, all right, maybe I should talk to someone about this and, kind of confronting those issues.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's like a lot of things where, you know, uh, you know, uh, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. If you can get to things further upstream before things get worse, before things start to cascade, you'll be much better off. So, when it's easier or less stressful to say, yeah, I'm just going to bury that. I don't think it's a big deal. I'm not going to worry about it. I got other stuff. I'm busy. All those things that are often like true or valid feelings. I think it's important to kind of push through some of that and say, you know what, this I don't really want to deal with this right now, but if I deal with this right now, it'll take up an hour of a day. And if I push it off, it might take up weeks of because I find myself in a dispute or in something that I just don't want to be in.
Yeah, and I think it's always, it can be a little scary to start digging in. And I know that when, a client might call us for like a very specific issue that they're dealing with, something that's like knocking on their door and that's urgent. And as part of that, we might say, well, hey, now that we're solving this problem, this is indicating to us that there's another issue, right? And that can be another point where someone will say to us that, well, I don't know if I really want to like look into that right now, right? Because it's daunting. It's like, I came to you for this specific issue. I want to resolve this, like litigation that's knocking on my door or whatever it might be. Um, and to kind of fight that and think, all right, well, let's, while you're under the hood, it's a good time to start saying like, all right, well, now that we've identified this issue, there might be other issues, kind of clean things up, make sure that they get resolved, instead of just kind of limping along and then calling us at the next time that something blows up and becomes a really big issue, which is one way to do it, but a little bit more stressful long term.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the question is, do you want to control the situation and have your hand, in molding the outcome, or do you just want to leave it up to chance? And to me, like one of the things that we can do with that is, and we've done this for some clients where you do kind of like you can't spot everything, but you do a more comprehensive, diagnostic evaluation. And you say, hey, I think you've got like 10 or 15 things. Like maybe it's just typing up a customer agreement or, employment agreements or, they can be small things. But say, on your overall to-do list, this is what I see. But I can also rank these in terms of what I think is like something you should be doing now, something you should be doing soon, something that like, look, it's fine how it is. I think it could be better, but get to it when you get to it. And you can have to kind of triage in an intelligent way as opposed to just ignoring like what really should I be focused on? What like I know I can't address every legal issue that comes my way, but like where should I be spending my time with that now? Um, so that you can start checking off those boxes, and then hopefully over time, like the things that are lower down the priority list, there's enough bandwidth to get to them too.
Yeah, we deal with this a lot with new businesses as well. Like they're afraid to get counsel involved because it's going to be a big price tag that they don't have because they are a startup or they're at the beginning stages. But really creating a roadmap for a longer term strategy is a great place to start, because it doesn't mean you have to do everything right in the beginning. Like, like we do a lot, like talking to people about handbooks and policies and different things they might need to do, corporate structure, shareholder agreements, just like making sure you have all of these things in place if you're a new business, and prioritizing what is going to be the most urgent, and then kind of laying out a plan for like, all right, as you start to ramp up, like you're going to need to, that's going to trigger this, and you're going to need to handle this issue, and just kind of putting that plan together for folks. And it's kind of a fun thing to do, I think, from my perspective.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's strategic. It's not, it's not a business's strategic plan, but it's, an aspect, it can be an aspect of that. Because, all those decisions and the prioritization and how you implement any of those individual issues are all going to be helping to drive the goals of that overall strategic plan as well.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Russell. We'll see you next time.
Thanks, Sarah.